Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Oksana and today's video is finally the exciting wrap up of my mini video series about decorating a Christmas tree. The first video was the basics about fluffing and lighting the tree. The second video was a deep dive into how to add ribbons to a Christmas tree. And today, finally, I'm thrilled to reveal how I decorated my Christmas tree this year. I would say about 80% of all the decorations I used for my tree I got from Hobby Lobby. As you know, they have very affordable prices and all their Christmas stuff is 50% off. So I think I managed to achieve a very nice designer look, even though I used very affordable decorations. So I hope you will get some new ideas from this video, proving that you don't need to spend a fortune for a good looking Christmas tree. And moreover, I did something special for you guys that I haven't seen anyone else do before. Since under my previous video where I decorated my Christmas tree, I received a lot of questions about the total cost of decorations I used. I took my time and calculated all my expenses. So at the end of the video, I will share with you all the numbers, and if you are thinking about making something similar, you will have a good idea of the budget you will need. So if you're curious about it, make sure you watch the video until the end, and without further ado, let's get started. I started by changing the picture on my wall from a fall theme. I wanted something very neutral so it wouldn't distract attention away from the tree, especially since anyway it would mostly be hidden behind it. So I found this peaceful winter landscape image on Etsy and printed it. And to hand the picture back, here's a cool trick I've just discovered recently. It's using forks. Did you already know about this life hack? Please tell me I'm not the only one who didn't know. Anyway, you just place the forks on the screws where you hang the picture, with the handles sticking out from the wall. It's like they turn into these giant hooks, allowing you to easily slide the picture wire onto the screws. And when you're done, just simply take off the forks. For me, it's just a game changer for sure, so easy. And after hanging the picture, I'm moving my tree back to its place. The next step is a preparation step I needed to make before starting to decorate the tree. I needed to flock my pine cones. So here's the thing, for my theme this year, which I'll talk about in a little bit, I wanted lots of pine cones. So I bought pine cones in different sizes. I got these small pine cone picks from Hobby Lobby, these large pine cone picks from Michael's, and this kind of in-between sized pine cone pack from the AtHome store. I noticed two things. First, it's a bit hard to find pre-flocked pine cones in general, and second, they're usually more expensive. But since I had leftover flock from decorating my tree, I thought that I could easily flock pine cones myself, because it's much easier to find natural pine cones that I like rather than choosing from a limited selection of pre-flocked ones. And in general, the flocking process really piques people's interest and curiosity. I still get a lot of questions about it, so I want to show this process again and answer some of those questions. For instance, the question about how long the flock will last and how to clean or remove it if you want to go back to the original thing. The answer is you cannot remove it or clean it and go back to the original thing. This stuff is permanent. It's the same type of flock used on store-bought items, so once you flock something, it's there to stay. Another common question is about shedding. So it does shed a bit, but if applied correctly, again, it's no more than what you would get with store-bought items. What do I mean by correct application? This flock adheres and hardens only where it has good contact with water. That's why I don't skimp on water before applying the flock and on top of it. If there is not good enough contact with water somewhere, the flock won't stick well and might come off. But if you thoroughly wet everything, then it will hold on like it's nailed down. And one more question that many were interested in was whether this flock is toxic to animals. Well, this stuff is made from natural and non-toxic ingredients like cellulose, a derivative of wood and water, and corn products, so it's unlikely to cause poisoning when when swallowed, since these ingredients are poorly absorbed and rarely harmful. However, because the powder products expand when wet, they could cause an obstruction if the powder is swallowed before being mixed with water and if your pet eats enough of it. I consider myself lucky because my cat just couldn't care less about Christmas trees and decorations. She only eats her own food, so I'm kind of calm, but of course please be very cautious to ensure your pets don't ingest this powder. Unlike my Christmas tree, which I flocked right inside my apartment and received quite a few negative comments for it, this time I decided to do it on the balcony. As you can see, it was pretty windy, making the process super challenging. So if you are considering flocking something outside, I highly recommend either waiting for ideal weather without any wind or doing it in a place with at least some protection from the wind, like a garage, for example. So I hope I've answered some of the questions you might have about this flock, and here are the beautiful snow-covered pine cones I ended up with. The flock completely dried out overnight, and as you can see, it's stuck tightly and it doesn't fall off anywhere. The next thing I would like to share with you is how I hang my ornaments. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the classical way of hanging ornaments, just because I prefer having more control and adjusting the height as needed. So I simply take a string of the ornament, try on the height I want to hang it, and then wrap it sideways around the branch once or a few times. Trust me, this way the ornament stays securely on the branch and it's very quick and convenient. But since in most cases I don't want to see all the different strings from different ornaments and I want them to be invisible, I usually use floral wire for all my ornaments. Here's the wire I use. It's 24 gauge, it's very thin and flexible, and I think it's perfect for lightweight plastic or glass ornaments. But if your ornaments are heavier and you need more sturdiness, you can use 20 or 18 gauge wire. With the wire, I do the same as what I did with a regular ornament string. I don't make any loops, I just simply twist the ends of the wire together and then wrap it around the branch one or a few times. It's super easy and quick, the wire is invisible and gives you full control over the placement and positioning of the ornament. So I began decorating my Christmas tree, and the first thing I did was kind of marking and outlining the area where I plan to decorate the tree. I just used some ribbon I had laying around for that. So let me explain. I always really liked it when I saw Christmas trees decorated not entirely but partially, and I've been wanting to try something similar for a while. So this year I finally decided to do it, especially because this is my brand new tree. I love it so much and I really wanted to enjoy this beautiful greenery. So my idea was that the very top of the tree will have a natural look, and as you move down the tree, I wanted the decorations gradually becoming more abundant and larger in size. Maybe I could have done it simply by eye, but I preferred outlining the lines first just to see how it will generally look from the very beginning, and I also wanted the shape to sort of unwind a bit from the back rather than just being a triangle in the middle of the tree. I hope that you can understand what I mean. And as usual, I start with the largest balls I have. They're from Hobby Lobby. I believe they're about 6 inches in diameter, and I mostly place them inside the tree to fill in the largest gaps. Now, as for the tree theme, my idea started again around my new Christmas tree because I really wanted to emphasize its beautiful green color. So I chose white as the main color for a striking contrast with green. Then I thought about how much I love pine cones and I figured they would look great together with white. So I decided to add natural brown as the second color. Not just brown ornaments, but mostly natural stuff like twigs, berries, pine cones, and a few forest creatures to give the tree a winter woodland vibe. And as an accent color, but not really a color, I decided to include all sorts of crystals to bring a touch of sparkle and glam, as well as fully capture the feeling of a tree in a forest covered not just with snow and pine cones, but also with ice crystals. So I started by building up the shape with basic large and medium-sized white balls and covering all the largest gaps in my tree. Next, I added these gorgeous crystal berry stems from Michael's. They're very messy but so beautiful, and because they are quite large, I placed them only on the lower part of my tree. And then I wanted to add more twigs and peaks. Because I couldn't find the peaks with flocked pine cones and berries I wanted at a good price, I found this wreath at Hobby Lobby that had everything I needed. So I took it apart and got an assortment of 10 very beautiful and unique peaks. The whole wreath cost me $15, meaning each peak only cost $1.50. I can guarantee you won't find peaks this nice for such a low price anywhere. So if you need specific stems or peaks but can't find them or can't find affordable options, consider checking out wreaths. It's a little life hack for you. But I ended up deciding not to use them even though I had already placed them on the tree. I decided to remove them. It's not that I didn't like them, but there were already too many twigs and peaks and I wanted my ornaments and pine cones to be the main focus. So I chose to take them off, but I'll definitely use them to decorate other things. Then I decorated the top with small pine cones and small sized balls, and then I placed all the large pine cones throughout the tree. I tried to group different sized pine cones together to make sort of clusters and avoid a kind of polka dotted arrangement. And after that I started placing the remaining ornaments, which were already more interesting and beautiful. My husband said that these ornaments look like wasps' nests. That was funny. So both these and the flocked ones are from Hobby Lobby. Then I added 3 neutral berry stems with an icy coating, also from Hobby Lobby, and 6 of these crystal peaks, also from there. For my special ornaments, I got 2 of these glass onion shaped ornaments from Michael's. They're the most expensive ornaments on my tree. With the 40% discount, they came to around $7 each, but I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I would have bought more if they were available, but my store only had 2 left. These bubbles with beautiful pearl decorations I also found at Michael's, and I got 3 of them, and another balls with pearl decorations I found in the AtHome store. I also added 2 packs of these clear bubbles covered with glitter and white snowflakes, and a few cute owls. They're also from Hobby Lobby. The rest of the ornaments are small white and clear basic glass bubbles that I got from Michael's last year. I love clear and iridescent bubbles. They always make such a beautiful addition to any Christmas tree design because they reflect so much light and create a sense of depth and dimension. Love them. And as a finishing touch, I added these beautiful crystal ornaments that I also found at Hobby Lobby. And here's how it all came together. Alright guys, as promised, I'm sharing the total cost of all these decorations that I use for my tree. So the total came to $194.55 excluding tax. If you include tax, it will be approximately $14–15 more. Now, what do you think? Is this a lot or a little? I understand that expensive or cheap is different for everyone and this is very subjective. So let me know in the comments your thoughts and let's chat about it. Also keep in mind that many of the white bubbles I used here I already had from the previous year. So technically I spent less than the final amount. I just added everything up for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me on this decorating journey. Wishing you all happy holidays and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.